Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody doing today? It's a good thing we were able to detect early that your daughter had malaria. If not, she would have been in grave danger.
Malaria is deadly. Did you know that malaria is the #1 disease that kills in the world? Yes. It claims more than 1 million lives around the globe each year. Malaria is among the leading disease in developing countries like the Philippines. It affects mostly rural areas and isolated villages where conditions are conducive to mosquito breeding. The biggest factors that contribute to the persistence of malaria is poverty, lack of education, and ignorance. People have wrong beliefs about how malaria is acquired. The following are just some of them. Malaria is caused by the frequent change in weather, or it can be transmitted from coconut juice, kasoy, and other foods, from drinking from the river, from the dirty environment, and even malaria is caused by a spell from a witch.
I believe a witch cast a spell of my daughter. That's why she got malaria.
Don't believe that, Mrs. Malaria is acquired through mosquito bites.
This is the truth. Malaria is only transmitted through the bite of a female Anopheles mosquito carrying a parasite called Plasmodium. The bites happen at night from sunset to sunrise, peaking between 10 o'clock in the evening to 2 o'clock early morning. Like many insects, mosquitoes go through a life cycle before they become adults. The adult female Anopheles mosquito lays her eggs at the breeding place, a slow-flowing shaded freshwater stream. The eggs are small and can float on the water surface. The egg will turn into a larva, also known as the wiggler or kitikiti. It will eventually become a pupa, also known as a tumbler, and finally, it will transform into its final stage, the adult mosquito, which is known for its big eyes. While adult male mosquitoes feed on nectar and flowers, the female adult Anopheles mosquito can fly 1.5 or 2 kilometers from the breeding sites to where people live, and they seek human blood meals.
So the mosquito is the culprit.
All it takes is for one person to be infected with malaria for the disease to spread. The female Anopheles mosquito that feeds on an infected person will have a great chance of spreading the disease to others. Here is how the malaria cycle goes. First, an uninfected mosquito bites a person with malaria. It now has the parasite in its system and ready to spread it while looking for another blood meal. the mosquito goes for another bite, this time a healthy individual. With the bite, parasites in the form of sporozoites enter the blood. Then they are carried by the blood into the liver. They enter the liver cells called hepatocytes and multiply. Eventually, these liver cells rupture, releasing millions of parasites in the form of merozoites into the blood streams. Then, these parasites in the blood now invade red blood cells. Some parasites develop into baby parasites called gametocytes and occupy bloodstream, waiting to be sucked up by another mosquito through its bite. And a new cycle begins with that first infectious bite.
A person with malaria may demonstrate a variety of symptoms, including on-and-off fever, followed by shivering chills and profuse sweating, which may or may not be accompanied by cough, headache, muscular aches and weakness, vomiting, and diarrhea. The destruction of red blood cells causes anemia. Severe form of malaria could have the additional symptoms of hallucinations, fainting, difficulty and fast breathing, altered color of urine, yellowish eyeballs, convulsions, and comatose.
I don't want that to happen to my daughter. Please do everything to cure her.
It's good you bring her immediately to us. Malaria can be cured if detected early.
When malaria symptoms arise, the suspected person with malaria must be brought immediately to the nearest hospital, health center, or even to a barangay health worker. Make sure to have the blood checked for parasites through smear microscopy, which can be done at the nearest health center. Medicine will be given to the patient to treat the disease.
But the best way to stop the spread of malaria is to prevent it from happening.
There are many ways to prevent malaria. Get your mosquito net chemically treated. Consult your health worker about this. Apply insect repellent at night. Wear long sleeves, shirts, and pants at night. Sleep under insecticide-treated bed nets. Your community can also take the lead in preventing malaria. Clear rivers and streams, allowing it to flow faster. This means cutting down growing weeds and tree branches. This will prevent the mosquitoes from breeding in the river. Burn dry grasses and other organic debris to produce smoke that can drive away mosquitoes. Put farm animals, especially the carabao, about 20 meters away from the house to prevent mosquitoes from coming in the house. Report to your local health center any increase in the number of people with on and off fever in your community. And be active in information and health education drives in your community.
Thank you, Doc, for saving my daughter's life.
You're very much welcome, Mrs. Always remember that malaria is a preventable and curable disease. But it can kill if not detected early and properly treated.